Next, we are going to talk about the importance of counselor training at a How to Life event. What is counselor training? At every How to Life event, we want to have a team of counselors that are prepared to talk with the kids that come forward to begin a relationship with Jesus at every How to Life event. At every How to Life event, there's a clear presentation of the gospel done by a student. We will talk more about the specific role of the gospel presenter in another video. At every How to Life event, there will be an invitation for teenagers and young people to come forward to begin a relationship with Jesus. Depending on the way that things are going that evening and the way that God is moving through the hearts and lives of the people there could be as few as just a couple, or there could be as many as dozens and dozens, as many as 40, 50, 60 teenagers that respond and come forward during the gospel invitation. We want to have teens equipped to share the gospel and counsel these kids at the event after this very important decision that they are making. Some teenagers are making a first-time commitment to Jesus. A first-time commitment means somebody has not made this commitment before necessarily, and they're wanting to begin a relationship with Jesus for the first time. Some students will be rededicating their life to Jesus. This means that they do believe there was a moment in their life where they gave their life to Christ, but tonight was a huge turning point for them in their walk with Jesus. Either way, counselors need to be trained in how to help both kinds of students in what it means to have this relationship with Jesus. Counselors need to be trained in how to share the gospel. We have done more on this topic in another video where we discuss how to confidently share life's most important relationship. That's basically a longer way of saying how to share the gospel. There's a link to that video in the description below. We want every How to Life community to take the time to watch this video about the details of how to share the gospel. Every group needs at least 5, if not as many as 10 to 15 trained counselors that are prepared to help with the students that respond to the gospel at every How to Life event. After the invitation at an event, the counselors come forward at a certain point to connect with the kids at the front of the stage. But rather than having a conversation there, we want to bring all of the teenagers that come forward to the counseling area. The counseling area is usually another room or in the hallways nearby to the auditorium where the event is taking place. Often, the role of a counselor is a great role for anyone that's involved in the How to Life process, but is not involved with worship, drama, speaking. Even so, the role of a counselor at a How to Life event is probably one of the most important roles of anyone at a How to Life event. We talk about this more in the counselor training video, but with every person that comes forward, when you're in the counseling area, usually the conversation lasts for at least 10 to 15 minutes with the teenagers that came forward to talk with them about what they went through that night. We want to ask every teenager to pray with you in the counseling area once again to begin a relationship with Jesus in case they didn't do that in the main room. Note, this is very important. For every student that begins a relationship with Jesus or rededicates their life to Christ and is in the counseling area, we must collect their information on an info card so that we can follow up with them in the weeks and months following the How to Life event. For everyone that comes forward, following up is one of the most important aspects so that we can keep them going and get them started in what it means to have this walk with Jesus. We talk with churches in the area about following up with students, and churches are counting on the fact that we have collected the information of the kids that come forward at an event. One technical detail, often at the end of a How to Life event, the worship band gets up and plays during the final segments of the event. Generally, worship team members don't often double as counselors as well, meaning that most of the counselors need to not be part of the worship team. If you are a counselor at your How to Life event, thank you so much for playing this role. Please be praying that God will use you powerfully in your role at the event.